everyone, and welcome back to 4 Pixels. Cuckoo is here with Binks and Moon, and we are continuing Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Can you take the slide again?
Okay. The absolute real truth. What are you?
Witness. Don't you understand yet? Uh-huh. I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head. But as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt and God will go free. And in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie! I don't believe you! What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty.
What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it?
I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Francisca von Karma.
Huh?
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Then right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt on guard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words now, and is clinging on to them.
Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get her not guilty. That is my only priority.
It wasn't me! I'm begging you, please believe me! I didn't kill Juan! Help! Please, someone, help me!
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court can't continue on like this, therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying over there. Right?
Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? So, Moon. This is
Don't do this.
This
No!
is your decision.
Coco, please! I can't physically handle this!
You can do it.
No! No! No, like, I'm literally like, this is so bad. I know Maya's free, but, I don't know, Coco, I'm scared. I'm just like Adrian. I can't decide. I must cling to a more decisive woman. I was just actually really thinking about, like, it's literally she gravitates to any more decisive woman than her, and it's like, wow, what a mood.
Yeah. No, it's totally...
I think that... Oh, God. Fuck. What the fuck? I mean, they're both not guilty, I think. But it wouldn't... Okay, here's the question about the game. If you request the not guilty verdict for her, does that also go to Matt? Or is that not guilty about Matt?
That's
or
not guilty about Matt.
Okay. This is like a really confusing choice because I don't understand why I'm making it this choice. Like, it's like, yeah, but if, like, with the purpose of, like, making her testify, it's to absolve her of guilt, maybe, and Matt, right? Like, it's like a both-person thing. But then, like, with the one side, it's just, send her to jail, I don't give a fuck. I guess we force her to testify because she shouldn't go to jail? That seems like she's gonna have a mental break and I'm gonna cry. Coco, please!
Let's see if you made the right choice.
I feel like I made the horrible wrong choice.
I think this is, to this day, the only trial that actually has, like, 2 different endings.
It really does?
Yep.
Yep.
Interesting. I'm surprised there's not, like, a, total failure only.
I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around it. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing? No, we don't. Judge, I'm as clueless as you are.
Sure, Mr. On Guard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end?
Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough! I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense... Sorry, I have to do that again. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong.
Come on, Edgy.
Such a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this, however.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? He's brought a gun.
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
You can do that?
Stop.
Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness, how should I put it? She has an illness.
As a medical professional, this is like rubs me all the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm not one, but
I didn't know it was gonna lead to this. I thought it was something completely different.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking that, maybe she had something else on top of the... I don't know what you called the disorder that she has anymore. I forget the words they used.
I think it's called codependency here.
Okay. Yeah, like, I thought maybe she had something else on top of her codependency, like maybe a dissociative disorder. Because I was like, I kept having like this interesting little thought where it's like, she was like super dependent on that one woman. And I was like wondering, did she somehow like, I don't know, have a mental break where she developed a secondary personality based on that person? Because it was like, that would, because that would make sense of like, okay, she's not the one who did it, but somebody who had more of a stake in that race of, maybe one having killed her would, aka the lady who was murdered? Except for ghosts actually exist in this universe, so now I'm really confused. Is she possessed?
What? And because of this illness, she had tried to commit suicide in the past.
Extreme frowny face.
Stop! Please stop! No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's
the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report.
What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
Ugh, I hate this. The secret of her codependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world.
Please! Please stop, I beg you! If people find out... I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
God damn, Edgeworth.
Edgeworth, how can you be so cold?
However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your breathing lips,
Holy shit.
no matter what I have to do.
Will you give her mouth to mouth? Because that's what that sounded like you were going toward.
So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. I'll talk. But please, help me. Nothing matters anymore. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai.
Stabbed the body with the knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but
It's gonna take me a little while to understand, buddy.
this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him.
Oh, holy shit.
He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Last time?
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim Juan Corrida in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt and God for the murder. And this is her crime.
What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination so I can go home.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest.
But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead?
He had a scarf tied around his neck. But that scarf is a part of the Jammin Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. When I realized he was dead, that's when I formulated my plan.
What is this plan you had?
I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because, one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak points to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. And once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room.
That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button.
So you were the one to stab the victim with that knife.
It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Ungard's Hakama? Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience.
An inconvenience?
There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I mean, at least I think it was a person.
Not a red marshmallow. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta.
Why would you bet your hair? Do you want to become Seth Everman?
Oh god. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth.
Oh my god, I forgot.
At least I
How
think
did
she
I
was
forget?
a person.
That's Miss Oldbag for you. I mean, I don't blame you if you thought she was an alien.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the awards ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That, I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave my fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Ongard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word, what does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it... The real criminal is Matt Uncard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk.
Franziska, huh?
She said I should under no circumstances confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
We know, you're a bottom. It's okay.
Oh,
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. So fucking illegal. However, I'm going to say some nonsense now. As long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
wait, Your Honor. The defense still... Oh,
Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews of anything.
Yes, exactly! There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. Because the murderer's not here! He is out in the hall. Cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial. I've had it with you all. I want to go home. I have a roast in the slow cooker. I am late. You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
but...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That's all. Court is adjourned for today. Fucking finally.
But Maya...
Maya's alive, don't worry. She escaped. He just fucking left. Amazing.
You said he had to go cook.
I mean, yeah, he's got a slow cooker on.
Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal.
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth?
What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is that? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day.
The room?
That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him.
You found that card next to the victim's body.
I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card if you ask me. But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why...
Witness! That card! Give it to me! Hurry!
Oh my god, are you okay?
He's having a stroke, I think. Holy shit.
Or he needs to take a dump, I don't know.
I mean, you know, it could be both. Both.
Edgeworth.
Do you have any idea what you have stupidly, yet inadvertently done? This... I cannot believe you hid this from me all this time.
I mean, she's been on the witness stand with it, like, all day.
I didn't mean to! What is this all about?
I've never seen such an emotional Edgeworth in my entire life. That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean?
Oh. Uh-oh.
March 22, 5:24 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Oh crap. Hold on. This one's gonna... Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
There, Pearls.
I can't take it anymore.
Look! It'll be alright. Everything may still work out. The condition was that we had to get a not guilty verdict. And so far, the kidnapper has kept his word and hasn't hurt Maya. And he won't because Mr. On Guard hasn't been given a guilty sentence yet. Cheer up. We don't have time to stand around crying. We have to get going.
You're right. Mystic Maya is in much more pain than I am.
Yes, that's right. So, wait, you just said that she's in pain?
No, she's so sad, guys. She's so little.
Phoenix is not good with kids. Oh my god.
He's so bad.
Oh boy, gumshoe time. Hey, you guys. Glad I caught you, Pat.
Mr. Scruffy Detective!
Oh boy, looks like Detective Gumshoe has been dubbed Mr. Scruffy Detective in Pearl's book now. It's just plain old Mr. Dick Gumshoe now, and I can't talk to you, pal. But we're kind of busy right now.
Pearl could use the distraction, TPH.
So what are you going to do from now on? What do you mean, pal? Well, you've been fired, right? So do you have a new job lined up yet? Oh, that. What am I supposed to do now, pal?
Holy shit.
I don't have anything coming in at all until my next payday. What are you talking about? You don't have another payday. I guess that means I'm just gonna have to work here at your place, pal.
Half.
Say what? You'll be searching for things that will prove Mr. On Guard's innocence all day, right? Well, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to help you, pal. I've got lots of experience in investigating and watching over people's places. And I'm great at making really simple meals, pal. I'll take care of it all.
Come on, Mr. Nick! Let's let Mr. Scruffy Detective take care of things! At least she cheered up for a moment.
Okay. By the way, what's your best dish? Instant noodles, pal. Why am I surrounded by people who only eat cheap, unhealthy foods?
What do you mean surrounded? You're one of them, you fool. Burgers much?
That was the first time I've ever seen Mr. Edgeworth act like that. Never thought he'd say something like he didn't care if Miss Andrews killed herself.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. He said that? That's horrible!
But because of him doing that, we got the truth finally. The truth. Miss Andrews' last testimony. I wonder if that was the truth. I'll give you that there was nothing strange in her testimony itself. But I still think there is something fundamentally wrong with the whole thing. You mean about that thing, pal? Why would she want to... No, I mean almost need to free Mr. Ongar. I couldn't figure that out from anything she said all day. Then you're saying that testimony was a lie? Not a lie, per se. It just feels like there's more here than meets the eye.
Transformers.
Oh my god, I was just thinking the same thing.
I literally couldn't resist it. It's just...
Or that's what Edgeworth would like us to believe.
That's just a dirty trick! Even that one prosecutor was better than that!
Not so sure about that.
She's never seen Franny in action, I don't think. She has a whip, Pearl.
Like, I do like Francisca, but out of all the,
pious and moral.
out of all
sort
the
of people.
prosecutors, she's, like, lower in the, morality scale.
It doesn't help that she's from the Von Karma family and has a father that is a scumfuck, so...
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That's true. Francisca Von Karma. Speaking of Miss Von Karma, do you have any more information on her condition?
That's what I was just gonna say. Now she has a bullet wound to match.
Wasn't she shot this morning? Miss Von Karma was shot today on the way to the trial by a pistol, pal. But she's going to be fine, right? I mean, Edgeworth said she was in stable condition, but... Well, she was shot in the shoulder, so she's okay and still hanging in there. They should be done taking the bullet out, so she's probably resting at the hospital. Which one? What? Are you going to visit her, pal? No. Well, I was kind of thinking about it. Hey, you've actually got a heart, don't you? She looked like she was being tortured to death not being able to go to the trial today. So maybe it'd be good for her if you went and let her whip you for a bit, pal.
My god. Let's go! Oh my god, I can't do this! I can't! It's too much!
Whipping is good for you.
Let's go let her whip us, Mr. Nick! I don't know what whipping is!
Now I'm definitely not going.
Is she gonna whip us up some good food?
Aww.
Oh.
She's so small.
Let's see. The name of the hospital. Oh yeah, Hardy Clinic.
Oh god, I forgot about this guy.
The what?
I thought it was Hickfield Clinic, but then I hear Hardy sometimes, so I'm confused.
Weird translations.
I think Hickfield was the one that the other dude ran. The guy from the second case. Wait, but wait, no. Yeah, I think Hickfield was Dr. Gray's clinic. And Hardy was the one where Innie was treated.
Huh, okay. That name sends a chill down my spine. Well, I guess it can't hurt to stop by and say hi.
I'm curious what he has to say about
My impression of her has totally changed, pal.
So where is she right now?
I'm sure she's being questioned down at the precinct. At the very least, about messing with the body and obstructing the investigation. And she'll probably be staying over at the detention center.
The detention center, huh? So, Coco, you're gonna do that voice, right?
Oh
You know
no.
what? He'd be perfect for it, but
No.
we will leave that for the next episode. Thank you guys for joining us, and see you then.
Bye.
Hello everyone, again welcome back to 4 Pixels. This is Kime, and we're back with Gravity Rush. I almost say The Last of Us, no, Gravity Rush first. And as always, I approached the mission point beforehand, so we can start right away with episode, I think it was episode 5. So yeah, let's begin the mission. Pandora's Fortunes. Let Pandora open the box to your soul. Wonder if you can shed some light on my situation. What is it, Dustin? You curious too? Let's see what she has to say. Excuse me? Sorry. The shifter without a past, adrift on the river of forgetfulness. I have been expecting you, Cat. You are lost. You seek to ask, who am I, and why am I here? Well, now that you mention it, and that cat-like creature, your fateful meeting has brought you power. That's amazing. How did you know all that? Say hello, Pandora. Oh, that's Pandora. Hello, I see all. I know all. I have forgotten. Your face.